Four players are about to make Messi and Ronaldo look like ancient history. Think back to when you first watched football. Really think. Whoever your first hero was, Thierry Henry, Ronaldinho, Zidane, whoever it is, there came a moment where two players showed up slowly and quietly and made everyone disappear. You didn't even notice it happening at first. One year it was Ronaldo lifting the Champions League, and the next it was Messi winning the Ballon d'Or. Then Ronaldo again, then Messi again, then again and again and again and again. For 17 years, these men did not just dominate football, they consumed it. 13 Ballon d'Ors between two people. Players who would have been the greatest of any other generation, Xavi, Iniesta, Robben, Neymar, were reduced to background characters in somebody else's story. And it felt like it would never end. But here is what everybody is saying now. Saying that football would be lost without Messi and Ronaldo. Actually, what is happening right now is far more exciting than anything we saw during the Messi-Ronaldo era. And I know it's going to sound insane, but stay with me. Because by the end of this video, you're going to see exactly why. There are four players right now that I am actually calling the Four Horsemen. Not because it sounds cool, but because when you understand what four actually represents and what they're actually doing to football, no other name fits. So in the Bible, the Four Horsemen did not arrive quietly. They arrived at the end of one world and at the beginning of another, and that is just what it is. When an era ends in football, there's always a moment of silence, a gap, a mourning period where fans don't know to give their energy to. When Pelé retired, people said that Brazil was never going to produce another. Then we got Ronaldinho. When Ronaldinho faded, people said the magic was gone. Then we got Messi and Ronaldo. The pattern is always the same, and right now we're in that gap, the silence, the mourning period. Turns out, the last time we had four players of this level, imagine at the same time, all under 25, all at elite clubs, all already performing on the biggest stages, was never. It has literally never happened like this before. This is not hype. This is history assembling itself in real time. For 17 years, Messi and Ronaldo did not just win. They suffocated football. 13 Ballon d'Ors between two people. The reason why that number is so hard to process is this. In those same 17 years, there were players where in other generation or other eras would have been considered the greatest of their generation. Xavi, Iniesta, Robben, Neymar. All of them were brilliant, all of them were buried. When 2024 arrived, neither Messi nor Ronaldo was nominated for the Ballon d'Or, and this is the first time it is happening since 2003. And the world went quiet. But here's the thing though, that silence was not emptiness. That was the calm before something new arrived. And this is where it gets crazy, because the four players I'm about to show you, they did not wait for permission. They did not wait for the throne to be officially empty. They started taking over while the old king was bowing out. People are asking if Olise is a Ballon d'Or contender. But that's a wrong question. The right question is, who is stopping him? If he does not get it now, he's definitely getting it later. 21 goals, 30 assists one season. It was ranked #1 on the entire planet for expected threat, meaning the moment football reaches his feet, defenses don't just react, they break. He went to Bayern Munich and people were whispering, can he step up? Can a Crystal Palace winger handle the Bernabeu? Turns out he did not just handle it. He went to Bernabeu, the most intimidating stadium on earth. That was before Sha, because they're not scary anymore. He did not just play well, he ended the tie with the last kick of the game. And I know what you're thinking. You would say that Olise is 24 and is not exactly young anymore. Most people stop here, but actually the fact that he's hitting these numbers at 24, not 27, not 29, means that he has not actually hit his peak yet. Once you understand that, 30 assists stops looking like a great season, not just a great season. It starts to sound like a warning. Instead of asking if Lamine Yamal is the next Messi, I think you should ask yourself something different. Why do we keep comparing him to someone else? Lamine Yamal is 18 years old, and the same academy that produced Messi, Xavi, Iniesta, they are saying that they have not seen anybody like Lamine Yamal. Not since Messi. They are saying like him. Full stop. 245 successful dribbles. He's already been considered by serious analysts as potentially the best footballer alive. Now, before you think that he's 18, yes, and kids that age don't always become what we think they will become. This is the part that people will actually skip over. Yamal is not just showing potential, he's showing production. Today is not just a promise of something that will become better. Right now, he has become the thing itself. That's already extraordinary, but there's an even more important point. An 18-year-old who plays like the best in the world before his peak is not just a footballer, he's a natural disaster with boots on. Juventus gave him the number 10 shirt Think about what that means. That shirts have been worn by iconic players like Platini and Del Piero. And Juventus looked at Kenan Yildiz and said he's the one. He was born in Germany to a Turkish father. Now, Bayern Munich took him at 7 years old. He quietly worked his way through their system and won everything at youth level, and then he left. He chose Juventus, he chose Serie A, he chose the hardest part for a teenager. The reason why Yildiz is different is this: it does not just score goals, it scores the right goals. At 19, he became the youngest Juventus player to ever score in the Champions League, surpassing Del Piero himself. Then he came off the bench, 4-2 down against Inter in the Derby della Italia and scored twice in the last 30 minutes. Now, the thing that's probably on your mind would be that Juventus haven't been at the top of the European football for a while, so is that the right stage for him? Now, actually, that is what makes Kenan Yildiz so compelling, because he's not thriving because of the team around him. He's thriving despite it. Juventus have been rebuilding for the past 3 years, and in the middle of that rebuild, a 21-year-old put on their number 10 shirt and played like he had been born wearing it. Serie A doesn't just give teenagers anything for free. It is tactical, it is physical, it is suffocating. And Kenan Yildiz is not just surviving it, he's wearing the number 10 shirt and he's earning it. You have probably heard about Désiré Doué. Everyone keeps saying that he had a great Champions League final. But that's not the story. Now, this is the story. PSG reached the Champions League final with Kylian Mbappé, with Neymar, with some of the most expensive players ever assembled, and none of them ever scored in that final. Doue did it at 19. 2 goals, 1 assist, 3 goals involvement. He's the first player with a 3-goal involvement in the Champions League final since 1964. But that is not even the most interesting part. The most interesting part is in how he did it. Not with luck, not in a moment of madness. He did it with composure, he did it with intent, like the stage wasn't big enough to intimidate him. When a 19-year-old treats a Champions League final like a regular Tuesday, that tells you everything you need to know about who that player is going to become. Big moments don't make Doue nervous, they make him very, very dangerous. So here is where we land. Everyone is mourning the end of the Messi Ronaldo era, and I get it. What they gave us was once in several lifetimes. But actually, really and truly, what is being assembled right now, or what is assembling right now, is something we've never seen before. Not one heir, but 4 heirs at the same time. 4 different players. Each one is different. Each one is dangerous in a completely different way. There's Olise, who does everything. There's Lamine Yamal, who cannot be stopped. There's Kenan Yildiz, who makes the impossible look ordinary. And we have Désiré Doué, who only gets better when it matters most. And when these 4 players hit their peak at the same time, and they will, football is going to look like nothing it does today. The throne is not empty, it is just being renovated, and the 4 horsemen are here, and I genuinely think the world is not ready. Which horsemen are you backing? Comments below.